In order to be ready to complete the assembly after decaling, I am hand painting a few parts. The first parts to be done is the hubs for the wheels, which I am doing with TCP 412 matte steel. I did all the wheels at the same time. Then TCP 805 flat black is hand painted on the small wheel that is molded in as part of the front strut. I did all 3 struts for the 3 models at the same time. Finally, gunmetal TCP 1416 is applied to all of the machine gun tips and the pitted tube. In order to decal the aircraft for the Luftwaffe, I am spraying TCP 018 gloss on the entire aircraft. Note, this P-39 is a U.S. Army Air Force plane that was captured by the Germans in 1944. The Luftwaffe routinely evaluated any captured Allied aircraft for performance and many times added their markings. I am spraying TCP 018 at 28 to 30 psi using a Vega 2000 airbrush fitted with a 0.3 millimeter or medium tip, turning and tilting the model to get complete coverage. Several models are shown as I am building 4 at the same time. The first decals I am applying are the German cross on the right and left wing upper surfaces. Note, I am using an older decal set as one of the German crosses on the print scale set broke. I was still able to use Walther Salva set to secure the decals in place. A larger cross is positioned on both sides of the fuselage, just forward of the yellow band that was painted on. Small swastikas are applied to each side of the tail. Finally, the German cross is placed on both underwing surfaces with one edge touching the yellow wing top that was painted on. These are the last decals to add. Note, they did not number the aircraft. I am close to completing the aircraft. The front strut assembly and brace is cemented in place. Note, you will have to turn the assembly to get it into the opening, and also note the position is critical to attach the brace correctly. Since all the assemblies and the aircraft have already been painted, I use CA to cement everything in place. The right and left wheel assemblies are next to attach to the aircraft. The wheel covers should face outward. Test fit and cement the fuel pod on the underside. You may have to use a tweezer to position the pins to fit in the holes correctly, as I did. Attach both wheel doors. Note, the doors only fit one way, so be sure to test fit which side is which. These fit just under the fuel pod, so you may want to cement these in place first before the fuel pod. This is your choice. Set the aircraft aside overnight to allow all the adhesive to cure. You are now ready to spray TCP-017 flat finish over the entire model to seal the decals and the paint. Even though this is an evaluation captured aircraft, most World War II aircraft had a matte or flat finish, and I kept with that scenario. After the flat finish has dried, cement the canopy in place. You're now done the model. The Hobby Boss 1/72nd scale P-39 aircraft is a relatively easy kit to build. Since print scale makes 1/72nd decals for several schemes, you can have a United States Army Air Force P-39, Soviet P-39, RAF P-39, or a German captured American P-39. Therefore, you can have 2 to 3 color camouflage schemes. The major problem with this kit is that the P-39 model does not have enough weight up front to keep the nose down, and you cannot add enough weight as there is no room to put much weight in it. I tried. If you have any questions about techniques explored in this video, or general questions about this build, please post your questions in the comments section below.